Okay, welcome to the presentation of the Digital Transformation Management Master Degree, and thank you for your interest in our program. First of all, what is digital transformation? Digital transformation is considered one of the main challenges that large and small companies in all the business sector must face in the next few years. The goal of digital transformation is to improve efficiency and effectiveness of companies, exploiting the possibilities enabled by new technologies. The breadth of the transformation may range from optimizing processes to adopting a completely different business model. Obviously, and this is very important, digital transformation is not only a technological issue, but requires a change of processes, of people mindset, and a long-term business strategy. And this is why, for this reason, we involved in our project two departments, the one of computer science and the one of management. Which is our goal? Our goal is to train managers with strong digital skill aimed at leading digital transformation. Our graduates must have interdisciplinary skills to make them able to master innovative technologies and at the same time to drive organization change. For example, they must be able to handle complex innovation processes and projects, they must have entrepreneurial skills, and they must be able to operate in international business context. Well, where DTM graduates can find position? In several different organizations, in several different types of company, and in every productive sector. And they are particularly sought after by strategic consulting companies, as far as we can see. For example, consider a company that produce in the manufacturing sector, that produce machinery, that first decide to sensor them, to put sensor in the machinery in order to be able to carry out predictive maintenance, and then realize that the monitoring of data allows the company to move from a business model based on sales to a business model based on rental, as in the case of photocopies. Okay, this is require a completely change of the way machinery are sold and the business is arranged. Or in the financial and banking context, consider a bank that in order to increase its level of efficiency and the level of customer satisfaction want to automate some processes and increase the number of services that can benefit from the own banking platform. This is are just two examples of the many that I can propose you in order to let you understand which will be your job, which will be your task once graduated. And the number of application and the number of field is continuously increasing. For example, there is a lot of work now in the area of agriculture, a sector that is until now was far away from digitalization. But now with the rise of sensor and the rise of precision agriculture, there is a lot of work to do here. Okay, so which is in mind, with this type of jobs in mind, with this goal in mind, we created DTM, the first 2-year master degree in Italy and one of the few in Europe that is completely devoted to digital transformation. DTM is an international degree, and all classes are given, of course, in English. We enroll every year 60 students, and in the last edition, we received about 200 applications from students with background in computer science and in management. That is what we require. What makes DTM unique? First of all, as we said, it's the only 2-year master degree completely devoted to digital transformation. And why this happens? This happens just because digital transformation management is a new subject, and the training offer on this topic is concentrated in executive master and postgraduate courses of a maximum duration of 6 months. But we believe that 6 months is not enough to acquire practical skill and to shape some interdisciplinary profiles, natively interdisciplinary profiles. Second distinctive point, we apply innovative didactic. With a lot of laboratory activity, we involve professionals with years of experience, and we carry out group work and challenge. This is typical of master degree, but we apply these techniques also in our 2 years degree. In this slide here, you can see the course organization. We organize the DTM on 3 temporal phases. We are aware that the student come with different background, with a heterogeneous background. So the first semester, the yellow one here, is devoted to fill the gaps. After that backgrounds are made more homogeneous, student takes 2 semesters of mandatory courses. And finally, the last semester, the 4th one, is devoted to specialization and to internship and to thesis. Let's go in more detail on the study plan. So let's have a closer look at the program. As you can see, in the first semester, there are several courses just because the student with a management background will study computer science topics only. So the right part here. While students with a computer science background will study management topics only, here on the left. Programming, database, operative system must become a common knowledge, as well as accounting, finance, and management. The second and the third semesters, the green one, are devoted to core courses that are mandatory for the students that will discover the technique and the technologies that drive digital transformation. Some examples of these courses are cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, entrepreneurship, and innovation management. The last semester, as I said, is devoted to elective courses that specialize in specific areas such as data science, IoT, fintech, and digital marketing. The degree also includes group works on industrial challenges and hackathons. And finally, the student must carry out a mandatory internship in a company. As I said, we have laboratory activities in all the courses, but in particular, we have these 2 courses here that we call Laboratory of Digital Transformation and Digital Technology that are somehow special. They will take place in the second year. So when you have studied most of the topics, in these 2 courses, students will work in group to solve a real challenge posed by one or more companies. These courses does not have frontal lessons, but rather a company managers describe the challenges together with the teacher, and then the students working in group, as I said, propose and improve their solutions that are finally presented in a plenary session. DTM takes place in the 4 Cesena campuses that are placed in 2 small university cities that are located near the sea. And of course, we arrange the timetable so that we avoid moving from one building to the other in the same day. So it's really a well-integrated program from our side, and the 2 campuses are being renewed in the last few years, and so are fully equipped and very nice to visit. You can find them out on the website with a virtual tour. More technical details. Who is eligible to be accepted and how to apply? To be eligible, you must be a student or you must be a bachelor degree in the field of business and computer science. Or you must have obtained at least 36 credits in business and computer science and economics. Okay. There are 3 deadlines for submitting your application. The first one is April the 14th. The second one is June the 13th, and the third one will be defined and will be placed only if there will be some remaining position available. All the process is is carried out through a website that is this one, studenti.unibo.it. And of course, given that the lessons are in English, you need a given level of English language to be known. The basic level is a B2 certificate, but if you don't have the certificate available when you submit your application, it will be verified during the interview, because for every applicant, we will have a short interview where we ask for, not for technical, we will ask not technical question, but which is the motivation and which is the history of the students. And you will find much more information, of course, on our website, and maybe we will have some more events later on, answer and question events, where you can place your question. I am available at the end of this presentation also for more questions, but first I would answer to some of the most common ones. So one of the questions that students ask me is, which is the difference between a data scientist and a digital transformation manager? Well, the goal of data science is that to extract information from data. The goal of digital transformation the goal of digital transformation leverage on all digital technologies and solution and system to create value for business. So while a data scientist is a pretty technical profile, a digital transformation manager is much a wider profile with more skill on the managerial side, let me say. We have several intake, 2 at least. It's better to participate to both of them. Yes, it increases the chance of being admitted. If I'm not enrolled but I'm eligible at the first intake and I would try the second one, do I have to pay the application fee again? No, of course no. If I'm not enrolled but eligible at the first intake, does it make sense to participate to the second one? Yes, of course, especially if my CV has changed, but in any case, the level of the candidates may be lower, so you can have more possibility to win. Okay, and finally, the only case where you cannot participate to the second intake if you are not eligible at the first one. Okay, some much more information. Here is a timetable of all our events. So as far as I understood, many of you participated this morning to the lesson of cybersecurity. There will be another lesson more on the business side, on the management side tomorrow at 16, while here you have a full timetable of all our rooms that will be available today and tomorrow. So now I am available for more questions, but you will have a question and answer session until 12, and the student cafe as well, where there are students from DTM that can answer to your question, and you can share with them their experience. So that's all from my side. Here are some a link and email where you can ask information and have additional answers. The main contacts are repeated here, where you can also find a small part of the list of companies that are supporting that our project, that are interested to you as graduate of DTM. Okay, thank you. That's all. If you have question, I am available now. Any question, any curiosity?
Do I have to write the question?
No. You can pose it. Just talk to each other. Don't worry.
Okay.
Good morning.
I would like to ask two questions. The first one is there an exam to sustain to enter the course?
The answer is it's not an exam, it's an interview. So you will get a score based on your CV, and then we will have a short interview with each of the applicants in order to understand your motivation, your background, and so on. But no technical question. Okay.
And is there a way to have a better result from this interview? Like, I don't know, doing some activities?
No. Just be yourself, okay?
Okay.
You just have to present yourself, and we have to understand really which is your path in the university, which is your goal, and so on. Okay. It's very important. Okay, remember that digital transformation management from our side is an elite degree. Okay, we had 200 applicants and we have chosen 60. And why this is important? Because studying interdisciplinary skill is hard. Okay, if you start from I don't know, management bachelor degree, getting digital computer science skills is not easy. So you must be motivated and you must have a strong background. Okay, but of course it's very nice working with well-motivated student, and of course I believe that if you get a degree in digital transformation management, you can have a very incredible career, because the number of companies that are asking for high-level profile in this direction, on these topics, is very high. And now more companies are already asking us for graduates in this area, and it is an incredible mix of competencies to have to enter the work, to enter the industry, and so on. So a huge effort, but we don't promise, but we are sure that you will have a very, very good job opportunity.
Okay, and the last question is, I didn't quite understand if lessons like cybersecurity, because I was looking at it before, it's more practical knowledge, or it's only theoretical knowledge?
No. Okay, it depends on the course, but all this part here, if you refer to the computer science
yes,
area, are practical. I mean, all the degree is organized on, for example, in programming on Python language, and we organized all the courses on this language in order to, on the one side, reduce the effort, because you have to learn at the beginning one language, but you have to be capable of programming. You have been capable of designing a database, and from my side, I work in the area of data analysis and machine learning. You must be capable at the end of the degree to run a machine learning algorithm. Of course, you are not becoming a software engineer or a computer science engineer. This is not the goal, okay? But it doesn't. This is the difference between a 6-month courses and a 2-year course degree. Okay, in a 2-year degree, you will have at the end practical skills. You must be able to create a website. You must be able to program. You must be able to design a database. Of course, you will not only focus it on the skill, and will not very skilled, you will not have a very depth skills and competencies in the area, but for sure you will have several laboratories and you will learn how to do all this stuff. Because, for example, if you will work in a small company or a medium company, you will have to practice this stuff, because you will be in charge of implementing the stuff. If you will be employed in a large company, you must be capable of handling consultants that come and implement the stuff. So you must know the problems in order to manage these people. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Practical. Anyway, it's practical. A lot of laboratories. This is why we made it a 2-year courses. I also teach in postgraduate master, but I get some, for example, people that have a degree in management, and I try to explain which is the problem related to machine learning. Okay, how in general these techniques works, but I have not enough time to teach them how things must be implemented. For example, the data mining course here, I teach this course, is shared with computer science and engineer. So we will be in the same room with people coming from computer science and so on. And for sure, you have to reach a minimum level of practical capability.
Okay, thanks a lot.
You're welcome. More questions?
Yeah, sorry. May I ask a question?
Yes, Julia.
Okay, good morning. I read that we have to attach a CV in the application, and I was wondering if it has to be in English or in Italian. I mean, if we are Italian, should we write it in English?
Actually, I don't know. Maybe Alessandra can say something more on that. I don't think that it's a problem if it's in Italian, I would say.
Okay. I have also another question, if I may.
Yeah.
I was wondering how much weight do you assign respectively to grades and to professional background? I mean, if I have already experience in the field of process optimization, for example, is it also very important to have an high grade average?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a mix of everything. Okay. So there is some part of the score that you get that is just proportional to your degree score. So it's just proportionally, just a linear proportion, something like that. And then you have more points for additional experience and so on. So of course it's important, but it's not enough, or it's not mandatory, because you can compensate with other experience and with your motivation. So first of all, apply, and then we will see. But for sure, scoring in the bachelor is important.
Okay, thank you very much.
More questions?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions, if I may.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to ask you. Hi. I wanted to ask you something about the courses to complete the background completion, because you said that if you come from a managerial study, then you do the one on more on data science and vice versa. And I wanted to ask you if it's compulsory to choose these the choose of the courses, or if I can choose, because basically in my case, I'm studying digital management. That is a new course of the University of Ca' Foscari, quite new course. And it's classified as a bachelor degree in management and administration. But basically, I've done exams on Python, machine learning on Python, computer security. And so, I wanted to ask you if
it's clear.
I can choose, if I can choose, or if because my degree is on business and administration, I have to do the other.
Clear. We can find a point of touch. I mean, there is a commission that for each student decide and discuss with the student which are the best course to follow. So the basic idea, if you have a management degree, you do the course on the right, and the opposite is true. But if you have in the middle, we can decide what you have already done, and so what is more important for you to fill the gap.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And this discussion will be done during the interview, or after the enrollment? After enrollment.
After. Maybe you can ask to the commission now, but I don't think this is very important.
Okay.
I mean, we find the best for you. If you say that you already are a good Python programmer, it's useless for you to make another course on programming. It's better to do something else. Okay.
Okay, thank you. And then the second question is more about the future and the working life, because unfortunately, I'm sorry, but I arrived a bit later. And when I arrived, you were talking about the future prospect of working, and you were mentioning that many students after this type of graduation go to work on consultancy. And basically, it's something that I would like to try in the future. And I'm considering studying in a more general course, so international management. But also I'm considering this course because I'm also interested in a bit of programming and innovation. And so I wanted to ask you if you think that this course is good for a future career in a consultancy company.
There is a couple of international consulting groups that are entering the partnership, the partners of digital transformation management. And why? Because most of these big groups, like, for example, one for the other, Boston Consulting Groups, for example, has interest in having new talents with digital skill, because digital transformation is entering the world of strategic consultants. And while there is a lot of consultants that have skill in management, there are very few consultants with the knowledge about digital. So innovation now is driven by the digital stuff, and so these big groups needs this kind of people. So there is a strong interest in our degree from these guys, just because it's their business, but they have no young people capable of working on the digital side.
Okay, thank you. So basically, the internship that we will do at the end of all the courses, it is also possible to do it in one of these consultancy company?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I thank you.
We are trying to arrange a handshaking between companies and students. So we have a bunch of companies that are directly partners of our degree, and so this is the first choice. Okay, but then several other companies and consultancy firms are involved and are interested in our students. So they also can be chosen. The area of companies that is within the internship program is very large, and many of them are consultancy companies. So I don't see the problem. If you know a company you are interested in, for example, Boston Consulting Group or whatever, and you can even ask them directly to host your internship, and then we can arrange this stuff. It's not a problem at all. We typically do that.
Okay, I thank you so much for the answer. I have just a last question that is on the admission. So basically, we don't have to write a sort of motivation letter in addition to the CV?
I think so. I don't remember the full process, but I think that there is a video on the website with everything is needed. And, you know, a motivation letter and the reference letter is important, but we want to see you and we want to talk with you, okay? Because it's different, and this made the difference. And as we said, we try to make digital transformation management an elite group, an elite degree, and so we want to have one-to-one interview with each of you.
Okay, but if I have a reference letter of an internship that I have done, do you suggest me to add it to the CV or not?
Yes, of course.
Okay, for me, it's all. I made a lot of questions, so thank you.
I think that your questions are useful also for the others that are more shy. More questions?
Good morning. I have a question, if I may.
Hi, Michele.
I'm attending the digital marketing course at Unimore right now. I wanted to ask if I can still apply for this course and if it's the right background to enroll this course.
Digital marketing is a degree, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
As I said, I don't know the program of the degree, but the constraint is where is it? Here. I don't know if it's considered a course in business, but if you have 36 credits in business, computer science, or economic, this is fine. You can send an email to verify that with your career to this contact point here. Okay, and we can check your credits.
Okay, thank you.
More questions? So that's all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your interest. If you have more questions, just write us. There is a nice video that we did this year with the students, so please have a look at that, at the video. There is a short version and the long version, so enjoy both of them. And again, if you are interested in having a look to a second lesson, meet us tomorrow at 16 in the afternoon. And now there is still time for a question and answer session and for the student cafe if you are interested. Okay, so I hope to see you at the interview, and good luck for everything. Bye bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.